Okay, we're on the southwest corner of the structure. We got a brick structure. We've got a hip roof. We've got ridge vents. We've got soffit vents. I saw some soffit vents. There we go. We got some soffit vents. Coming around here, brick is a good, strong building material. This home can burn down, and you can reuse the brick. That's how strong it is. And it's a great insulator, not just sound, but for temperature and heat, it's a good insulator. Okay. But a characteristic of brick, architecture is regional, and we use brick here because it performs so well for us. Okay. But a characteristic of brick is that it's porous. Okay, water shoots right through that. You wouldn't believe. I've got some videos. I was doing some forensic inspections and had some people with some problems, and we're lawn sprinkler against the water shoots right through it. So what we do, because we build and architecture is regional, is we got drainage planes behind the brick. Okay, there's a drainage plane, and then it comes out, and then we have weep holes around the foundation perimeter. And weep holes, okay, most of the time there's another weep hole right there. Yeah, there's another weep hole right there.
12 to 18 inches?
Yep, most of the time it's only going to be water vapor. You don't see water vapor coming out of there. Okay, the moisture comes down here, it breaks the we've broken the drainage plane, and now we have weep holes. So when we have fenestrations, that's French for hole in your wall. When we have windows and doors, we have metal lintels above our fenestrations, above our openings, to hold the brick up. This wouldn't be, if it's wood siding, it'd be a different conversation, but we're not. This is, and we got a little bit of gap over here in our blocks right there. But since we've broken this drainage plane with the metal lintel, we should have weep holes over our windows and doors, which we don't, which was pretty characteristic of the time when this home was built 30 years ago. The building sciences were different, and they always will be different.
I think it was built in either 92 or 96.
But we got this little gap right in there. Yeah. Now our condensing unit is too close to the wall. That's R22. It's older than a dinosaur. The disconnects behind it, I've got a whole video for those. Okay, I'm gonna have a different video for our plumbing too, and I'll have a different video for our electrical. But speaking of our electrical, when we have electrical receptacles on our exterior walls like this, okay, they should have in-use covers so that you can close the cover. As it is, I can just open this up and plug it in, and that's fine. All right. And we do not have GFCI protection. We do not have GFCI protection on our porch. But the in-use cover, you can close it, like for example, Christmas lights, and then it's snowing, and you want the lights on in the snow, so that's why you should have the in-use cover. And then our rain gutters are supposed to divert water 6 feet away from the structure. Now that would be a nuisance, and it would be in the way, and that's a problem. I get that. But they also sell rain gutters that extend down into the ground and then pop up a little farther out. Or you can leave it right there if you want. I mean, nothing has to happen. I'm not mandating anything. Okay. I'm just telling you what's right, what I know is right. Okay. So we come over here, we got our columns. Okay, I don't know how this is engineered. Our columns are not supposed to be farther apart than 8 feet unless it was engineered differently. Our columns are supposed to have stands underneath them, okay, so that the water doesn't wick up into the wood. And actually, that I was telling my client that we didn't have stands, that these were the wrong kind of brackets, but I don't know if that's the case. This just might be a sacrificial anode, because the wood is up there. These are stands. These are stands, and that's why you want stands, because you don't want your wood. I can shift gears. I can roll. I can roll with it. Okay, so that's a good argument for why you should have stands, but your stands are corroding out. This cracking on here is called checking. It's an aesthetic issue. It doesn't affect the strength of the actual timber. So, but it's there, and you kind of see it, and you know. But again, I'm told it doesn't affect the strength. What does affect the strength is all of these screws. Okay, those are nails right there. So somebody pounded some glavos in there. Okay, but come over here, we got all these screws, all these hangers. Okay, now we've got lag bolts on the ledger board. That's good. I cannot see the flashing above this, so that's just going to be a leap of faith. But all these hangers, all those screws are tight, screws are fast. I get that. Zip, we're done, man. But screws are brittle, okay, and screws break, and nails have much more tension strength, shear strength. I know I was looking for it. Moving on along, here's another electric receptacle outlet. Might as well get these while we're out here. Might as well. Just in case we got some GFCI or what. Dog door. Okay, if you got a dog, no big deal. If you don't have a dog, the door's got a big hole in it. Okay, this is a gas extension for a grill. Read your grill's instructions because we're underneath the cover. We're underneath the cover over here, so
Should be a grill over there.
I probably would, and but a lot of fireman friends of mine would probably tell me that I'm an idiot. So, in fact, I've got some fireman friends, and I saw them grilling underneath the cover like that plenty of times.
I don't do it, but because I know them.
I saw them out in Maxdale. I saw them out at the and where was it? Oh, they had some firemen out. Anyway, this is another story.
I wouldn't use that. I'm going to use propane. And
This
I'd move around.
it is propane. The whole house is gas. The gas in the house is propane.
Oh, okay.
This is a regulator coming into the house, and you'll notice that this is copper.
Mhm.
Well, copper is fine with propane. Copper and propane are fine. Now, all this piping should have been painted to keep it from corroding, but copper and natural gas, it's not so good. But copper and propane, that's good.
How often do you invite a propane guy out?
Oh, when
your usage?
You're going to have, well, let's go over here and look. While we're at it. This is our septic system. Okay, beyond the scope of this inspection. And here's our gas. Okay, here's our gas tank. Why not?
It's 1,000 gallons, right?
Let me come over here. I don't know. So whatever it says it is. We got a gauge on here? I don't see a gauge. Oh, there it is. It says that you got about 60, whatever it is that we're measuring. You got 60 of those, 60 units.
Okay.
With those gallons, pounds, what is that? But,
Yeah. Well, it ain't zero.
well, we say it's not zero. But, okay, yeah, I was wondering if I could move this. Okay, no, it says it's not zero. It says 50 psi. You might ask for a top off before you take possession or something.
Yeah, I like the way you...
So you don't want to buy a car with an empty tank of gas.
Correct.
Okay, spas. Okay, this is not a real estate improvement. I don't even know if it's staying or not, but it's.
He was gonna leave it.
He's gonna leave it.
Yeah.
And it's worth it.
Is it?
Worth nothing.
It's worth nothing.
Clean it up, get it, study it. Other people's cooties in there, that kind of stuff.
It's loaded with chlorine. I pulled the top earlier.
Uh-huh. Okay, this goes to the septic tank. Okay, and again, septic tanks are beyond the scope of this inspection. But I got test over here. No test? Maybe it's mute. What am I doing? So, it doesn't look like the septic system. I'll come back and get you. Doesn't look like it's been serviced in a while. This is the other condensing unit. It's 410A. These outbuildings are beyond the scope of this inspection. They were not contracted for an inspection. This is our electric meter. Yay! This is the 410A different refrigerant. This is our grounding rod. It's not properly buried. Okay, they're supposed to be buried 8 feet. On and on. Satellite dishes should not be installed directly to the roof covering. Moving on along. This right here is a shrinkage crack on the corner. And if we were doing a wood destroying insect report, that would be conducive to wood destroying insects. Termites like to go in those cracks, come in those cracks. Termites got to be in the ground. They want to go through those cracks to go in those cracks and then come into your house. What happens is the brick and the concrete slabs expand and contract at different rates. Okay? And one is continuously expanding and you'll never be able to measure it, and one's continuously shrinking, you'll never be able to measure that. So all those physical dynamics between the two building materials, the pressure comes out on the corners and it cracks like that. If it's in the span of a hand, I do not know whose hand, and the crack goes back in that direction, okay, then that it's just a shrinkage crack. It's conducive to wood destroying insects. It's conducive to termites. But you know, you're just holding up a couple bricks right there. So you might want to seal it up if you want to hold your bricks up. And you know, I don't know about this foundation yet. I just started this inspection. This is one of my first videos. And so we got a little pressure coming out here, right there in the corners, like I said, on the freeze board right in there. But you know, I would not factor that in as a reason why I would be suspicious of a foundation. Okay, I just don't see that as a foundation performance issue. A foundation issue, not a performance issue. Coming on along, coming on along, along. We got debris in our bushes. All this debris needs to be cut out. The bushes need to be cut back away from your house so you can get air in there, you get ventilation. This, I'm assuming that's the water heater temperature pressure relief valve drain, and it's supposed to discharge between 6 and 3 inches to the ground, not 24 inches from the ground. I also do not see a safety pan, so that makes me suspicious as well. And so we're moving on along. Because we're mobbers and the grabbers. We still got our dark roof. Up here. We got our rain gutter right over here discharging directly onto the roof covering. Okay, so the water just falls out like that and it comes, all right. So that's going to wear out this part of your roof faster. Okay. I also noticed over in the patio area that we did not have some kick out flashing.